Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining me on the mat today. I have a really nice flow-based practice for us, designed really just to open up energy channels in the body. I think you're really going to like this practice, so let's get started. Let's begin standing at the front of the mat. Big toes together, heels slightly apart, or you can have your feet hip-width apart. Lift and lower all 10 toes. Give them a little wiggle, a little stretch, waking up. The bottoms of your feet amazingly starts to wake up the rest of your body. You can draw that waking up sensation up the legs. Towards the hips, turn the tailbone down, lift the hip bones, lift the lower belly, draw the low ribs in, broad across the collarbones, the chest, roll the shoulders back. Just let the fingertips reach down towards the floor, palms face forward. And then extend up through the crown of your head. Shut your eyes. And take a few breaths here. Just breathing deep and easy. Letting the air, the prana, the energy in the air come into your body. Big, deep, full breaths that bring that energy right down into the center of your body. Three more breaths here. Just allow yourself to pause at the top of the breath. Hold the air in for just a moment. Let the energy transfer, the oxygen transfer take place in your body, and then exhale. Kind of hold yourself empty as well. Pulling everything in the core into the midline, and then a big inhale. Filling the body with air, with vital energy, holding it in, and then exhale to release that which we don't need. Holding empty, and then a big inhale. Last one, biggest inhale yet. Hold. And release. Let's return to a natural breath now. Oh, softly, gently open your eyes. Take in the colors around you and inhale the fingertips up overhead. As you exhale, draw your thumbs together and to the base of your neck. Elbows high. You can bring your gaze up just slightly. Another big breath in to bring the fingertips up towards the ceiling, and let's exhale with soft knees to swan dive down to a forward fold. As we inhale, soften the knees and roll to stand. Take your time here, hands up. You can peek up at your thumbs, and this time draw your hands together into heart center and soften the knees to a forward fold. This time in your forward fold, feet are hip-width apart if they're not already. Let's just sway here. You can take opposite elbows with your hands, or let your fingertips drop to the mat. Or if you like, you can bring your fingertips right into your hair, interlace your hands, and let your elbows fall heavy. It's a nice opportunity to give yourself a little massage on your scalp. Hips are high, head is heavy. Knees are soft, so you're really feeling this stretch in the spine. The spine is lengthening from the tailbone right down through the crown of the head. You can sway here if you like. Drop the fingertips to the mat, soften the knees, and let's roll all the way up to stand. One more time. Hands up. Keep your gaze forward, and as you exhale, bring the left hand forward, the right hand back, coming to a standing twist. Stay here like this with the hands extending out, forward and back, or you can drop your right hand down to your thigh and reach the left hand up and back. Just getting a little bit of a back bend into this twist. Coming back up, hands overhead, gazing back towards the center. Let's make our way to the other side. Right hand forward, left hand back, extending through the fingertips. Staying like this, or if you like, dropping the left hand to the left thigh, back your left thigh, reach the right hand up and back. Just a little opening through the front of the body. Gentle back bend, start the practice, get the energy moving. Coming back to center, fingertips high. As we exhale, soften the knees and swan dive down, forward fold. From here, let's bring the fingertips to the shins, find a halfway lift, lengthen the spine, pull the shoulder blades back, and try and set the shoulder blades so they're sitting next to one another, like a little table. If you had your coffee could sit on there this morning. Bring the tailbone back, the crown of the head forward, and really breathe to extend the spine. Softening the knees now, plant the hands, and let's step your feet back one at a time into a high plank pose. In this high plank pose, we want to make a choice. You can come down onto your knees if you like. We're just waking up, so taking it easy here, breathing nice and easy. One more full breath in. Stay for the exhale. Inhale to bring shoulders forward. And as we exhale, let's lower all the way to the mat. Keep your elbows in next to your body. Tops of the feet pressed to the mat and lift the chest, cobra pose. Exhale to release. Inhale to plank or table. And exhale back, downward facing dog. Let's take a couple of breaths here. We can swing the hips. Move around through your spine, your shoulders, shake your head out. And I'd like to see you walk your feet out to the width of the mat and walk your hands in about one hand length. So you're in a short dog with wide feet. Take your right hand and draw it to the outside of your left leg. And then slide your hand down the outside of your leg towards your ankle, letting the right shoulder drop. You're gazing out underneath the left armpit now. Getting a nice twist here. You can bend through the elbow, the right elbow, and twist a little deeper if you like. And then coming back to center, replace the right hand at the front of the mat. And let's take the other side. So your left hand comes to the outside of your right thigh. Then just start to slide that hand down the leg towards the ankle, dropping the left shoulder, looking out under the right armpit. You can bend into that left elbow, draw yourself a little deeper into the twist if that feels good for you. Bring the left hand back forward onto the mat. Walk the feet in till they are hip width apart. And let's just walk the hands forward. Coming back to a more natural feeling down dog. Pivot around on your feet, your hands. Make yourself comfortable here. And then when you're ready, on your next inhale, float the right heel up towards the ceiling. Exhale to bend the knee and open the hip. Stack the right hip over the left. So we're purposefully lifting that right hip and stretching out through the right shoulder. So try and keep the shoulders level. You can point and flex the right foot. And then let's inhale to extend the right heel. As we exhale, drawing the right foot forward between the hands, bringing the left knee down onto the mat. Inhale the fingertips forward and up. As we exhale, sinking the hips down. Reaching up through the fingertips, dropping down through the shoulders. Nice easy breath here. Can gaze up between the thumbs now if that feels good for you. Lifting up through the rib cage, through the chest. One more full cycle of breath here. And as we exhale, let's bring the hands down, frame the front foot. Left hand plants underneath the left shoulder, right hand lifts up towards the ceiling. Really opening up through the chest. Let the back of the hand fall back behind you. Sinking through the hips. Really nice twist in the spine here. Right hand can come down, frame the front foot, curl into the left toes, the back toes, and lift your left knee. We're gonna rise up now to a crescent lunge, inhaling. As you exhale, settle your hips, soften into the left knee. Bring it to hover over the mat and turn the tailbone down. Inhale to lift the rib cage up and away from the hips and stretch through the front of the left hip. From here, keep that nice arrangement of your pelvis and push the left heel back, lifting that knee, coming to a full crescent lunge. Nice big breath here. As we exhale, let's make our way to warrior two. Right hand forward, left hand back, ground down into the left foot heel. Pivot around on your feet, make yourself comfortable here. And stretch out, extend out through both hands evenly. Ankle is, your knee, right knee is over the ankle. You can look down, make sure you see your right big toe. Again, find length in the spine. Let's reverse the warrior. Let the left hand drop. The right hand lifts up and back. Follow it with your eyes. Getting a nice stretch through the front of your body. Inhale to warrior two. As we exhale, hands to the hips, lift up through that right knee, pivot on your feet so all your toes are facing the long edge of the mat, and we can reach the hands up, five-pointed star. As we exhale, hands through heart center and forward fold all the way down, fingertips to the mat. You can take this whatever way feels good for you. You can just walk your hands to line up with your toes, or maybe turn them around, turn your fingers around and see how far you can walk your hands behind you. Just breathe into this. It should feel good. Press into both feet evenly and press into the inner edge and the outer edge of both feet evenly. So your legs are really turned on. Let's walk the hands forward now. Come to a halfway lift. So plant your hands underneath your shoulders. And then bring your right hand underneath your face. Left hand can come straight out to the side. Notice your hips. Keep your hips level, right to left, even with the floor, as we lift the left shoulder over the right. Reaching the left fingertips up, overhead, up to the ceiling. I know your right hip wants to drop. Keep drawing it up to stay level with the left. Left fingertips can come down to the mat. Pivot on your feet so your toes are out, heels are in just slightly, and then bend into the knees, tracking out over the toes, sinking your hips almost as low as your knees, and then let's draw the shoulders over the hips, hands to heart center. So from here, I want you to feel like you're almost gonna feel like you're leaning back. To get the shoulders over the hips, there's a tendency here to lean forward, to pull away from the sensation. Try and keep your shoulders right over your hips. And then let's inhale, fingertips up, 5-pointed star. As we exhale, make your way back, warrior 2 towards the front of the mat. And then let's cartwheel down. Coming up onto the toes of the left foot, stepping the right foot back to meet the left, high plank pose. Before we vinyasa to the other side, let's take a quick side plank. So roll to the outside of your right foot. You can drop to your right knee here if you like, and then to the inside of the left foot. Bringing the left fingertips to the mat, to your hip, or up overhead. Up to you. Reach that left hand overhead. Get a really big stretch in your side body. And then the left hand can come down to the mat. Now from here you can take child's pose, down dog, or you can vinyasa back to down dog. So bringing the shoulders forward, lower halfway, down to the mat, squeeze the elbows in. Inhale to open the heart, cobra or up dog. As we exhale, using the strength of the core, lift the hips up and back, down dog. Inhale to lift the left heel. As you exhale, bend the knee, open the hip. Give your ankle a couple of turns here. Paying special attention to that left shoulder, drawing it in line with the right. Inhale to extend the left heel. Bring your gaze forward and then your left foot forward, dropping down into the right knee. Coming to a kneeling lunge. Inhale the fingertips up. Exhale, sinking through the hips. You can bring your gaze up between your thumbs. Lift up the chest, the heart. Notice we're staying long here through the neck and through the tail and through the low back, making this bend, this back bend, come right in the mid region of the spine. Fingertips, crown of the head, fingertips high. And then as we exhale, bring the hands down, frame the front foot. Right hand plants, and let's sweep the left hand up overhead. Nice easy twist here. Opening up through the chest, particularly through that top left corner of your chest. Just let the back of your left hand be heavy, fall behind you. Gaze wherever it feels good for your neck, whatever gives you the best sensation of opening here. Left hand comes down to the mat. Let's curl into the right toes and lift the right knee. Inhale, fingertips come up overhead, crescent lunge. As we exhale, bend the knees, sinking down, hovering the right knee over the mat. Turn the tailbone down, lengthen the spine, get a nice stretch through the hip flexor on the right side. Keeping this orientation, this pelvis, this nice long low back. Press the right heel back. Coming to a crescent lunge, dropping the shoulders down and away from the ears. And from here, let's make our way to warrior 2. Left hand forward, right hand back, ground into the right heel. Finding this warrior 2 pose. Nice easy breath here. Make sure your left knee isn't falling inward. We want it tracking right out over the toes. And let's reverse the warrior. Right hand drops, left hand lifts. Keep pressing forward with the left shin, even as you reach back with the upper body. Making our way back now, warrior 2. As we exhale, hands to the hips, pivot on your feet, facing the other side of your mat now. You can take the forward fold as we just did, or at the on the other side, is coming to a forward fold. Or if you like, you can take an arm variation. You can hold your opposite elbows behind you. You can take your hands to prayer with the thumbs, the fingertips pointing down towards the mat, or you can bring your hands to prayer with the fingertips pointing up overhead. Whatever you choose, just roll your shoulders down and away from the ears. Be gentle on yourself by softening through the knees, and let's forward fold. If when you get here, you can maintain the hands behind your spine, that's fine. Or if you want, you can release them down to the mat. Everybody release their hands to the mat now and walk them out till they're underneath the shoulders. Left hand can plant underneath your face. Right hand comes out to the side. Note your hips level even with the floor. And let's begin now to draw the right shoulder over the left. Keeping the hips even. Getting a really nice twist in the spine here. I feel like this kind of twisting and churning really helps to start churning energy up in our body, moving it around, circulating it for our use wherever we need it, whenever we need it. Right hand comes down to the mat now, hands underneath the shoulders. Pivot on your feet, toes in, heels out. Bend into the knees, bend them right out over the toes. And let's roll up to our goddess pose, sinking the hips. Hands are, elbows are straight out from the shoulders, palms face forward, thumbs pointing at your ears, and sink down into your hips. Goddess pose, shoulder blades squeezing into one another. Your hands are out of your peripheral vision. Let's inhale up to a 5-pointed star. As we exhale, take sun god pose. So the palms face up, elbows are straight, bending back down into the knees, into the hips. Inhale, 5-pointed star. Let's try moon god pose, bending into the knees, elbows come in towards your waist, really opening up through the front of the body, squeezing the shoulder blades. Palms facing forward. Inhale to 5-pointed star. As we exhale from here, let's make our way back. Warrior 2. Cartwheel the hands down to frame the front foot. Come up on the toes of the right foot. Step your left foot back to meet the right. And before we vinyasa, let's take side plank on the other side. So left hand plants. Roll to the outside of your left foot or drop to the left knee, inside of the right foot. Fingertips of the right hand can stay on the floor supporting you or on your right hip, or you can reach them up towards the ceiling. Nice big extension here. Pull up out of that left shoulder and reach the right hand forward, stretching and extending through the side body. And then bring the right hand down to the mat. Plank pose, you can drop to child's pose, to down dog, or you can vinyasa. Here, bring the shoulders forward. Exhale to lower. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale back, downward facing dog. Nice easy breath here. Let's come up high on the toes. And bring your knees to the mat. Coming to a tabletop pose. One round of cat-cow here, lifting the tailbone, breathing into the front body. Cow belly breath, the crown of the head is high. And then exhale to turn it around. Drop the tailbone, round the spine, broaden the shoulders, tuck the chin. And then inhale to neutral. As we exhale, let's bring that right heel back towards the back of the mat, just stretching through the calf, releasing any residual tension in the bottom of the foot. And then when you're ready, lift that right heel till hip height. Staying here, or you can reach the left hand forward, tent your fingers at the top of the mat, or bring the left fingers forward. Reaching straight out from the shoulder. Nice spinal extension here. Be aware of your hips and shoulders. Keep them level, left to right, right to left. One big breath in here. Find true extension, right heel to left fingertips. As you exhale, lift the navel and bring the knee and the elbow together. Inhale to extend. As you exhale this time, bring the right foot, sole of the foot up towards the ceiling. And then inhale to reach back with your left hand. Maybe your hand and foot connect, maybe they don't. But we'll get a nice back bend here. Holding on to this, one more cycle of breath. Extend. And as we exhale, right hand, left hand, right foot come down, right knee come down to the mat. Whew. Let's find the other side here. So the left heel is gonna come back. Just rock back and forth a little bit, making some opening in the back of the leg. And then when you're ready, lift the left heel. Notice your left hip wants to come up. Drop it back down in line with the right. Right hand can walk forward, tent the fingertips at the front of the mat, or bring that right hand right straight up out of the shoulder. One long line, right fingertips to the left heel. Really finding extension and length through the body. Big breath in. Exhale like an angry cat, drawing the left knee, right elbow together. Inhale to extend. As we exhale, bring the left foot towards the ceiling. Reach back with the right hand. Inhale, see if you can make that connection. Not a big deal if you can't, if you're just reaching or you want to hold the extension. Reach back, forward, and back again. Left heel, right hand. And then bring the right hand, the left knee down to the mat. Knees hip width apart. Let's take child's pose. Sliding the hips back over the heels. Reaching your hands forward and letting your forehead drop down. Breathing into the back body. Coming back up to center, let's cross the ankles. Roll over the feet. Scoot your hips to the center of the mat and extend your heels forward. Bring your right foot to the inside of the left leg. You can find yourself comfortable here. Let your right hand just rest gently on your right knee. See if that gives you a little sense of grounding. I don't want you pushing it into the ground though. It should be quite comfortable. And then extend up through the crown of the head. You can even extend the fingertips up now of both hands. And then as we exhale, let's start with a twist. Bring your right hand down behind you, your left hand to that right knee, and just roll the right shoulder back. Now let's maintain this twist, but reach the right hand up and over, beginning to arc to the left, squeezing into the left side body, stretching into the right side body, coming up and over. Not worrying so much about whether we're reaching our toes or not, but really getting a stretch. Press the right hip bone down into the mat, even as you're stretching the right shoulder over the left. If you want, you can release the left hand from the right knee here. It might give you a little bit more space, but try and keep that twist. Coming back up. Let's extend the right leg and bring the left knee in. Plant the foot to the inside of the right leg. You can just take a moment here, press into the left knee. Extend up, fingertips of both hands. As we exhale, right hand to the left knee, left hand comes behind. So we start with a nice easy twist here. Roll the left shoulder back. You can gaze out, back behind you. Now keeping that right hand on the left knee, lift the left hand up and over, squeezing into the right side body now, stretching into the left. Commit the left hip to the mat and reach out over the left leg. We're definitely not trying to reach the toes here. More important to me that you stack the left shoulder over the right and keep that twist so that you're getting a really nice twist in the side body. Really nice stretch in the side body. Coming back up to center. You can extend the left leg, give your legs a little shake if you like. Then we'll come down onto our backs. Take your time, support yourself with your hands or reach the fingertips forward. Just tuck your chin and take your time. Really feel the sensation of the vertebrae making their way down onto the mat. Tuck your shoulders. And as always, if there's some final pose that you would like to take, some final movement that you feel you need to do, go ahead and take that now. Got a bit, just a few breaths for this final movement that will complete the practice in a perfect way for you. And then let's extend the heels down to the far corners of the mat, coming to Savasana. Palms face up. Collarbones, chest is wide. The breath is moving freely throughout the body. Draw your attention now to your hands, to the palms of your hands. And notice and feel the energy in your hands right now, just in your hands. What does that energy feel like? Is it tingling, vibrating? You draw your energy, your attention up your arms and into your body. Can you feel that tingling, vibrating energy throughout your body? When you're ready to begin moving again, begin by wiggling through your fingers and your toes. Turn your wrists and your ankles. Start to move around any way that feels good for you. Finding your way eventually into a full body stretch. And then draw your knees into your chest. Give yourself a hug. Sway from side to side. And when you're ready, make your way to the fetal position. And then roll all the way up to sit. Finding yourself a comfortable seat. Might be cross-legged, might be some other variation of a seat. It's up to you. What's important is the shoulders are directly over the hips. The breath is moving freely. Crown of the head comes up last. You can open your eyes, take in the sights around you. Inhale, fingertips up overhead. As you exhale, thumbs to the third eye, and let's hinge forward. It's our final pose for this practice. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you liked this practice. If you did, please subscribe to my channel and send me a note in the comments. Hit the like button, send me a note, let me know what you liked about the practice. I would love to hear from you. I hope you have an amazing day. Namaste.